All right, guys. We are back in Railroader, and we're starting to do the Bryson yard job. But you may notice that we don't have the usual Bryson yard job power. We do, in fact, have a pair of modernized GP38s that we showed off in the last video. And the reason is I'm fairly certain, I should stress, that that M5 and M6 won't really be able to handle this interchange. Well, they might be able to. And if they are able to, I may send them back. In fact, I may have to send them back with the coal drag, because this is a little bit of madness here. It's not helping that we got, all those hoppers down from Robinson that we need to deal with. We're now about to get, I think, probably close to another 50 to 60, maybe 80 cars. So we're gonna see how well this goes. I don't know if it's going to go well, but we're gonna see how well this goes, and hopefully it does. I already sent the Santa Fe back. That's why you see the AI window here in the corner. I already sent it back off of the hoppers. So who knows? We may try some chaos and craziness. We may not. We're gonna see how this works. So yeah. Alrighty, folks. We're back. We have our train assembled. I cut out all the switching because I didn't think that would be the best thing to watch. So now you get to watch us struggle to get moving with our 78 cars. This is going to be interesting because I really don't know if two GP38s could actually handle this. Luckily, we're on a pretty level section of track here, but it does start going upgrade pretty soon. So we want to get some power on, but we also don't want to. If we're not going to move, we're not going to move. I do think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put up or bring down those coal hoppers with the SWs. The main reason is there's just not enough room up in Bryson Yard, and I need to run around a bunch of stuff and deal with a bunch of stuff like that. So it's going to be one of those things where it'll just be better if we use the SWs and get the interchange down here. So when we get there, we'll switch to them. In the meantime, we're in notch 5 with 3,300 tons and trying to get moving. Luckily, again, we really don't have much of a grade, but also I am in single player, and as you can tell, it is lagging slightly. I really don't know what I can do to fix that. I don't have money to really upgrade the computer at the moment. Not that I really want to. My computer is actually working fine more often than not for what I needed to. And I don't really know what I could do to it to really upgrade it without spending a lot of money. So we're going to have to put up with it. It also means that Bryson is going to be a laggy mess, for lack of a better way of putting it. So, and yeah, I know I could probably drop a few of these cars here because I'm fairly certain some of these cars, Evolution Hardwoods, Textiles. For some reason, there's an Ella Farm car. TGM Supplies. Okay, that's all for Ella. So we might actually not have much down here. So that's an idea. And then we have a string of coal hoppers here. Now, this string of coal hoppers is actually for the iron ore mine down in Birdtown, which is kind of neat. Kind of see what goes on with that when we take those down there later on in the series. And of course we have more Birdtown, some Atlas stuff, and then finally kind of the main event, the Robinson Gap coal, and a lot of it. So let's get out of the building that we just embedded ourselves in, and we're gonna have to notch 8. Don't be late, because this is just going to get interesting. Luckily, we're in the cab. See, over there, it's fine, but there's no cars over there. Looking that way, however, and just generally looking anywhere behind us, not exactly the best idea. Oh boy, yeah. That is some lag. I'm pretty sure all of it's those coal hoppers. I do apologize for that. I may try turning down the settings at some point in order to help deal with that and mitigate that. But I really don't know what we can do about that, quite frankly. So we're just gonna have to kind of put up with it. Now I was gonna line myself for track 3, but I need room for the SWs to get around the coal hoppers here. So I'm gonna line myself for track 1. Then we'll kind of deal with the consequences of that when we get to it. Luckily, it looks like we're gonna have plenty of room on track 1. So there's that at least. I'm just glad that the diesels here can kind of handle their own. They're doing pretty good. I do remember I was taking a cut down to Dillsboro and Silva, and it was one engine, and it had about 1,600 tons on it. So I mean, it's a GP38. It's not the strongest thing in the world, but as we're proving now, it can actually handle its own weight and then some. And of course, there's that string of hoppers we brought in, and as you can see, the 210-2 is back on the service track, where these were actually before we got going here today. And well, we're gonna pull in here and see what we can do, because we're gonna be getting some lag here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So maybe if I look that way a little bit, I am gonna have to start not throttling. I'm gonna have to go throttle off, because luckily we have a little bit more room on track 1 than we do track 2. So I should be able to start setting up some airs here soon. In fact, let's take a look at the map. Oh yeah, I'll be able to start setting up some air real soon. I don't think I'm going to switch out this cut of cars in this episode. There's so many, as you saw. And we just need to get room. So I may do that off camera in a later day. Future problems, as we like to say here. Future problems. And speaking of future problems, in the very near future, we're going to have to slow down. So we're going to start putting on some air. We're going to put on about a 15, 14 pound set. Now the question is, are we going to clear the switch? We are. Okay, so it really doesn't matter where we stop now. So we're going to leave that 14 to 16 pound set on. Okay. All right, I'm going to apply handbrakes on the engines just to be on the safe side. Put it in neutral and full dump. All right, so we got that done. Now, without lagging us out, we're going to switch over to the M6. And we're going to get the handbrakes off here and start heading down towards the other end of these coal hoppers so we can at least get them out of here. So maybe we won't have as hard a time as we potentially otherwise would, which would be nice. All right, we have the handbrakes kicked off. We're waiting for the air to recharge and take the brakes off of this cut of hoppers. This is probably going to be a really big test for these two SWs. I really don't know if these are going to move this. And this is starting to feel like madness. In fact, I think I'm going to call this episode Interchange Madness, because I just don't think this is going to happen. Which, if it doesn't, is going to be a problem, because we really don't have a way to get another set of engines down here. Okay, we're notch 3. It's trying. Like, this only gets easier the more we get moving and the further away we get. So we're gonna keep trying. I wonder if we're just taking the slack out or what we're doing. Okay. We're at 2 miles an hour. A blistering pace. We're at the blistering speed of 2 miles an hour. All right, let's make sure we're lined out of here. In line where we need to be. All right, we're sending this down to the interchange. I'm not even messing around with it. I'm going to be really glad that we have this long tail track here, because we're going to need it, it looks like, just to switch out all these cars, because these are definitely not all going to fit. So we'll work this out. These little SWs are getting their workout. They're getting their monies. They're earning their paychecks today. So we'll see what happens here. But this will greatly kind of clear out the yard here, because this yard's just going to be a mess. I may have to turn down what industries I'm using, because this many cars on my own is not manageable. And I know that signal's red right there. It's because we're lined out to West Bryson, so we don't have to worry about that. We have permission. We have the highball. These little SWs are doing it. Didn't think they would. Alright, we're getting some speed now. We're notch 7. Let's kick it up to 8 just to get some more speed. Don't know entirely how this is going to really work out. We'll figure it out. But beyond that, yeah, you can see right there, as you're probably experiencing that there. As soon as we turn around to look at Bryson, you're going to see all the lag. And luckily, getting these out of here is probably going to help, but we're going to have to see what we can do about it. Righty. But we are at least moving. We're moving this 5,800 tons. So we're good on that front. So here's to hoping this at least continues in some way, shape, or form to go well. All right. So, yeah, we're on our way. Hopefully we make it to the interchange without much incident. All right, we're making it to the interchange now. And this is going to get fun. One, we have to try and bring this all to a stop. Well, maybe not completely to a stop, but somewhat to a stop. We're definitely getting shoved around pretty good, though. Hopefully this doesn't cause a problem. Oh, that was a little faster than I really wanted to do that. But we made it. We made it, and we're going to see how this all works out, because if we can at least get the tail end of our train in this siding, we're great. But we're going to have to work this out, because, oh boy, this is going to be all sorts of fun. Luckily, being away from Bryson has made the lag go down, so we can jump back to the tail end of our train and see where we're at. We're not even... We're like just kind of yeah, there's the yard there. Okay, so this is gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. We'll make it work, but it's gonna be tight. We're also gonna have to make sure we're able to get around everything. So okay, the head of our train is just clearing the yard. Tail is back here, just entering the yard. Okay, we should have enough room. We'll have enough room. Because once we get this parked, all we have to do is pull forward past the switch, and that's it. So we're going to start setting up some air. Not a lot of air at first, though we're probably going to increase that fairly soon. Yeah, we are. Okay. We're going to put a 20-pound set on and see what that does for us. Okay, and brings us almost to a completely perfect stop. Hey, that actually worked out pretty good. We're going to apply some handbrakes. And oh boy, that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money. I'd like a lot of money. Having a lot of money is nice. Okay. We're going to bail off the air there. Luckily, this is a much more manageable cut. We only have 21 cars here. So we just pull these forward. And in fact, I think, yep, that one was just delivered. So technically, we don't need to pull that one forward. But I want to do it just in case we don't clear the point here. Still pretty heavy. The diesels are not happy about this. Where are they? Okay, good. We'll clear the end of track. So we're doing okay. We are doing okay. Exactly what okay means, I really don't know, but we are doing okay. Let's get this delivered, and then we'll probably pay down some debt, and we'll end the episode there. Luckily, we weren't going far enough to worry about any hot boxes, so that's good at least. I hesitate to see what's going to happen once we start getting more and more hoppers built up, because Tier 5 Robinson Gap, it'll make us a ton of money apparently, but oh boy. We're gonna be probably suffering for our hubris here at some point, because this is just a lot of cars. And this isn't any freight that needs to be interchanged, and I still have a ton of freight I need to take across the line. I'm probably gonna have to do some of that off camera, because there's no way that I'm gonna be able to show it all unless I just do a massive multiplayer session / stream, which I might do, because this is gonna be not so much fun really at all. It's already getting a little unmanageable, because I still need to run passenger trains, and I haven't run a single passenger train. We're already 4.5 hours into the day, so I really don't know. It's one of those things where, the railroad's so big that I like how big the railroad is. Silva to East Whittier, or Silva, not to East Whittier, to Alarka is it's actually a pretty nice chunk of railroad. The problem is, with all the mods installed, the amount of industry that's now here and cropped up is all sorts of fun. So, all right, that cut is there. And we're going to put about another 20 pound set on, maybe a little bit more. All right. We got those delivered. We don't get a timeliness bonus because I'm fairly certain these were 2-day-old hoppers, but hey, that gave us a decent chunk of change. So now we can go into the finance tab and we can pay off like $5,000 of our $35,000 remaining. So we're getting somewhere, folks. The debt is slowly going down at a decently rapid pace. So we'll have to deal with that. But folks, thank you for dealing with this madness with me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all next time. Take care.